Hi guys, Melissa here. Welcome back to my channel. I have a different kind of video today. I have 3 amazing packages here, but the vendors, it's not fair to the vendors for me to go through these boxes today. Because I was excited and I want to be excited, and I don't want a day like today to ruin my excitement. Plus I got friend mail from somebody and I want to be excited, and today was a bad day. So I've been wanting to do a video about what I learned from the movie Wicked. And granted, it's just part 1. I don't exactly know how it's gonna end. But what did I learn from part 1 of that movie? And it's the one with Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo, Jeff Goldblum. My whole life, only child, different, shy, you know, if you've watched my life story. And I got made fun of a lot. I'm an easy target, I guess. I mean, I had a couple close friends here and there, but it never really lasts. Not for very long. So I was friends with a girl in church, and then I just started going to the Christian school, and I was friends with a girl there, and I was trying to talk my church friend into going to school with us. And then in my mind, we could all be friends and it could all be wonderful. Well, church friend comes to school, and yeah, they become friends and I get left out. Typical story of my life. I knew she'd do that. I guess that's why Ursula was so important to me. She's like the most unconditional. She's like the most, oh, and there goes Tater right in front of you. The most unconditional friend you could ever ask for, and that's rare, really rare. Yeah, I've had acquaintances, but then they're just not your friend for a long time. They're just your friend for a season, but not a long time. I think Ursula was the friend for a reason. You know, like some of the stuff I've gone through, you know, people gossip, people whisper, people think that they know what's going on. They never ask you, they just gossip and whisper and assume. I've gone through a lot of that, and Elphaba in Wicked deals with that a lot too. She's made fun of a lot because she's green. She's born green, and her dad loathes her and resents her because she's green. And kids make fun of her. And so I could relate to that. There were moments in there that made me cry because they hit home really hard. Because I felt it. I knew exactly what that felt like. I know what like I was a senior in high school. And I didn't fit in on the cliques, you know, everybody likes Melissa, she's sweet, but I don't fit in. I get left out of a lot of things. It's fine. in a senior in high school, I sat at the table with the 7th graders because I didn't have anyone else to sit with. Like, how sad is that? It's fine. I used to work in collections before online banking. And I was just thinking, like, I'm never anybody's best friend except Ursula. And even then, she's like, you know, you're my sister. Or if I'm best friends, they ditch me for other best friends, you know, I'm just, yeah. Like, there's these moments, like there's this moment where, Galinda is, kind of mean and gives Elphaba a hat and then invites her to a dance. And she's like, probably like, oh my gosh, like, yeah, like I would love to come. And then she goes and then she's humiliated. And I know what that's like. I felt that a few times in my life. And then Galinda feels bad. And they have like this moment where Galinda shows compassion to Elphaba. It's this very powerful moment. And that made me emotional. There's this moment where, you know, the one teacher is harassed and Elphaba stands up and is like, isn't anybody gonna do anything? Like, and she has this strong moral compass, and I related to that. Like, she, I don't want to completely ruin it, but if you haven't seen it, but you know, and then she takes this moment where she isn't okay with it and needs to do something about it. And I relate to that. And especially why, if you know why, because that's a passion of mine. Something I feel very strongly about too. And then of course the Defying Gravity song part, where she's not gonna compromise her moral compass. You know, do or die. She cannot conform and go against her strong moral compass about, you know. And then they make her out to be wicked. They trick her and then they make her out to be wicked. Hence the name of the movie. She becomes the Wicked Witch. I kind of felt that today. But the job before, I was friends with a girl when I first started. Like, we would exchange presents and we were really good friends until she became a manager. Now, I have the ability to separate work and friendship. I respected her as a manager. I never disrespected her management. Never, never. I kept it separate. But there came a moment where she started to get very high and mighty, and there's this person that we were collecting on. She's crazy. And that manager and another manager were off. And there was only another manager who wasn't over me directly. She was another section of collections, and she's real timid anyway. But she was really, really busy and swamped, and it was the holidays, and I got this call from contact center that this girl was threatening, that this customer was threatening to, I worked in vehicle collections, to booby trap her vehicle, and if we collected on it, she's gonna blow up the repo person. And if you've heard my life story, you know that I kind of take that seriously. And it was difficult for me to deal with this girl. Not that I really had to. She wasn't one of my letters, alphabetical letters that I was collecting on. But I got the call because people were off. And I sent it to security, bank security. And I shared my story about why, please take this seriously, because the managers were not taking this seriously. They thought it was a joke. They thought it was funny. And I had other collectors very undone to talk to this girl because she's mentally not in a good place. Like a chemical imbalance, I'm sure of it. I would say schizophrenic just because she had a lot of religious ideology that went with it. But anyways. And then, I guess because I made that manager look bad because I told security that management isn't taking it seriously, please take this seriously. Here's an example of why. That manager proceeded to talk to everybody else in that department. Didn't even ask them if they were afraid, but said to them, some of them, which I found out later, do you know who this person is? And if they said no, she said, that's it. Okay, good enough. And then that was that. Talked to everybody but me, so I knew it was coming. I knew it was. And I got the call to go to HR. And someone who used to be my friend, someone who I was extremely respectful of, took me to HR and said that no one else in the department was afraid of this person. She talked to everyone. And just I was. And she wouldn't even look me in the eye while she lied. I stared right at her. And the person in HR says, well, can you see how that was unprofessional to give personal details? And I said, no, I don't. And I said, I don't understand why I'm in trouble, because everyone else in the department got talked to but me. And they're like, you're not in trouble. Well, it feels like I'm in trouble. And that, I got stabbed in the back, basically. I mean, why that manager couldn't just talk to me when we were once friends? I had just lost Ursula. It was like 2 months, a month and a half after, he's gonna ruin my basket, but whatever. A month and a half after I lost Ursula. And really? Hurt a lot. Felt very betrayed. I was like, really? I didn't do anything to you. And I asked to have a conversation with her, and she was very cold, and she was very, well, you know, deciding between me and my job, I picked my job, or between friendship and a job, I picked my job. Really? She's just been stuck up and arrogant ever since. And I'm just like, and I bit out, you guys. Like, I could only take it so long. So the department I'm in now, I thought that I only struggled with one person. It's because of how they treated me and how they made me feel. And so I would send my manager, who's a wonderful person, and I don't hold her responsible, screenshots because, HR, I sent them the emails and I said, I wasn't lying. I had emails from people in that department and collections that said, thank you so much for doing that. We are so afraid no one's taking this seriously. And I said to HR, I didn't lie to you. One of us lied and it wasn't me. I have the emails to back it up. So I've been sending emails to my manager, screenshots, but this person has this way of turning. She goes to break with people. When I'm not there, she talks to people. And I got made the bad guy. Because I didn't want to just keep doing this person's reports, because they have a tendency to take advantage of that and just be like, hey, can you do this? I'll do yours. And they do it forever. And I just wanted them to take the initiative to get it fixed. And of course, when you draw a boundary, it irritates people. I did them anyway. I just waited a few days, but then they turned, apparently, everyone against me and made themselves look good. And because I tried to reverse psychology this girl, I tried to do to her what she did to me. I sent that to my manager. I tried to explain that I was trying to mirror the behaviors, and it obviously didn't have an impact. That got turned around on me. And she says, did you even read your responses? I said in the email I was trying to explain that I was just trying to show this person what it felt like, hoping it would have an impact, but it didn't. And I take responsibility for that. It was just an experiment, and it obviously didn't work out. And then I got told that now my manager's getting complaints from other people in the department. That the tension, and I said, well, you know, this person told me this and this person told me that. And she goes, well, that's the exact opposite of what they're telling me. And I'm just like, what? What? Really? I became the bad guy. I became wicked today. And so, people I thought were my friends or knew me well enough, I feel like they turned on me. And you guys, I can't be phony like this other person. I can't pretend to be happy. And of course she's happy. She turned it all around and made me the bad guy. So of course she's happy. And then she called me and then we talked. And it's fine. And you know what? I hope it does work out. I don't know. But it's gonna be really hard for me now. To go in there and pretend that I'm not brokenhearted, feel betrayed, that I can't trust people, and because I can't lie, I am still going to be the bad guy. And I had a good day yesterday. I made up my mind. I was creating this bubble and no one could take away from me who I am and all of that. And I was having a really good day. So it might take me a couple days to do these videos. Bear with me. Because I want to be happy and I need some time. I had a good day. It's like I didn't even get a chance. I told my manager, she was like upset with me as though I'm defensive and I'm upset. Well, how do you expect me to feel when I feel betrayed? Like everyone, I had a Jon Snow moment. If you know, you know. Where like 4 of them totally, literally stabbed him. I had a Jon Snow moment. That's why he's one of my heroes. I identified with his character so much. Yeah, the outcast, he's the bastard, the illegitimate, but not really, illegitimate son, and he has to sit at another table and alone and has to go to the wall all by himself forever. He didn't deserve it, just kind of like Elphaba. And I get it. The movie means a lot to me. Because I'm used to people doing this. One person, I voted for them to get an award. I've gone to bat for people. And I literally said, this one person said this to me, that this other girl should have got let go instead of the one that did. And my boss literally said to me, that is not what that girl told me. And I was like, wow. Wow. Really? Wow. I trusted you. I let my guard down, and people always let me down. So people wonder why it's really hard for me to get close to people. Because inevitably someone lets me down. Someone stabs me in the back, someone betrays me. I just become forgettable to people. So I just put up a bubble. I put up walls. But what did I learn from Wicked? Don't compromise who you are in your moral compass just to fit in. Don't do it. Don't do it. No matter how much it hurts, don't do it. Don't stand tall. You know who you are. God knows who you are. It doesn't matter what anybody else thinks about you. If they don't ask you personally, if they don't try to get to know you, they just believe all of the things. Love who are. It took me a lot to get to where I am today and to be who I am. And I like me. I work really hard to treat people how I want to be treated, and trust me, I don't get it back a lot. A lot of times I don't get it back. This community here is pretty special. Is it because people don't meet me in person? I don't know. Is it easier to... I don't know. And it's okay if people paint you to be wicked. Because you know you're not. You know the truth. Don't let their truth define you because you know better. Just stand firm in who you are. I'm telling you guys, if I didn't have God, if I didn't have my animals, literally, if I didn't have God, I don't know how I could do it. I mean, God bless those of you that do this without God. I don't know how you do it. I gotta think one person is always forever in my corner. I just got to. Everything on this planet is temporary. Everything. This house that I live in could go up in flames tomorrow. I could lose my job tomorrow. My animals could all get bird flu and die tomorrow. Like, a tornado could come through and wipe everything away. You could be left with nothing. Maybe, and if you're lucky, the clothes on your back, maybe not even that. Like, it could all be taken away from you tomorrow. You could be in a car accident and lose your ability to walk, to see, to talk, your limbs, your mind. It could all be gone tomorrow. But at least if you have God, that can't be taken away from you. So it might take me a few days to do these, and I apologize to Casey, who was sweet enough to send me a package. I want to do your package justice, so bear with me. And Lavender and Speckles and the pharmacist's daughter, I was so excited, and I'm sorry about my bird, but you know, if you come to my house and you sit here with me, it's part of my house, so hopefully you just have grace. But just be kind to people, you guys. Just be kind. The world is so hard. Just be kind to people. Just be kind. It's not that hard. It's really not. Don't make fun of people. Don't throw people away like they're trash. I'm gonna go, guys, but yeah, watch Wicked if you haven't, because the message is really powerful. I cried so many times because I related. It rubbed wounds. It touched them, and it made me emotional. And the music's really good. It's a musical, but the music's kind of like The Greatest Showman. It's good. But yeah, I'm not in the mood for that either, so I need to go. But hopefully you got something from this today. Yeah, and so be kind, guys. Love you. Bye.